When you look at the top 100 cryptos on Coingecko, there's a lot of familiar names. Of course, we're all familiar with Bitcoin, Cosmos, Algorand, and so many others. But there's others on there that we've never even encountered before, and they're in the top 100 for a reason. Today, we're going to pick out a handful of these top 100 tokens that we've never heard of and ask the BadCrypto AI bot to inform us so that you can explore these opportunities as well. What coins have been building and may have a bright future? Let's check them out on today's Top Coins We've Never Heard of, episode number 714 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
This is the Bad Crypto Podcast, the show for the crypto curious and the crypto serious. In case you wondered where you are, it's like that street sign there that you come up to. You're like, did I mean to turn there? How did I end up at this crappy restaurant? Well, we are here to serve you up the best crappy food that you're going to have all day, and we welcome you. Joel Comm here, Travis Wright there. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. And just so you know, time date on this is time stampy date thing. It is the 15th of February here. You might be listening to this in the future because we're posting it in the future because we have places to go next week. We want to make sure you got some great fresh content. So I would like to start off, Mr. Sir Lord Joel Comm, of saying, woohoo, Bitcoin is currently over $50,000.
Yeah, it's actually hit 52,000 today. Right now it is 5:26 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. It's $51,794. In fact, let's go ahead and pull up the total crypto market cap, now over $2 trillion. So that's really nice. And the Bitcoin crypto market cap, it counts for half of that, over 1 trillion. Ethereum over 2,800 now. Rumors of an ETF applications are going in. And so I think we're going to see some of the same upward trend in Ethereum. BNB 353, Solana 113, XRP 56 cents, Cardano 60, Avalanche 41.70. A lot of green right now, lots of green, and who knows what it's going to look like by the time you hear the show, but we are getting closer and closer to the halving, either late April or early May. It's going to happen. We know this because it's built into the code. And invariably, we will continue to see an uptrend in Bitcoin.
Yeah, sort those by the last 7 days, and you can see VeChain's up 52% in the last week. BitTensor, which is the TAO, the Tau token, up 52%. Beam up 51%. SEI up 46%. We'll be talking about that, actually. Helium up 44%. Stacks up 41%, which we'll be talking about. There's a lot of these that are up over that. Immutable X is up almost 40%. There's a bunch of it. There's a bunch of them that's popped over. SUI, SUI, which we'll not be talking about. Even Gallus popped up a little bit in the last week. So, man.
Well, what Travis is talking about when he's saying we're going to talk about is, we were looking through the top 100 of cryptos here, those that have, pretty high market cap. You got to get all the way down to number 80 before you go below $1 million market cap. And
billion,
all the way down to 100, it's still 815 million market cap. There's some serious action going on there, and we thought, there's a lot here we don't know. And so we went through and we said, hey, here's 6 tokens that we don't know what they are. We've never heard of them. We don't know what they are. And we thought today we would take the white papers or the documentation for these projects, stick them into the Bad AI bot, otherwise known as ChatGPT, and kind of give us a synopsis. Well, if you're watching the video version, we're going to pull up the websites. We're going to look at them and go, hey, here's a little information on this. And now both we and you will know something that you didn't previously know about some of these tokens.
And you might not have heard of them. I've actually heard of a couple of these. Actually, I've heard of like 3 of them. And then so we went through and I found this is an interesting one. We've never talked about it. So we either know nothing about it or we've never talked about it ever.
Yeah,
And
know
so,
nothing. Yeah,
yeah,
know nothing. Well, the first
Joel knows
one,
nothing about any of this.
I don't
That's
know.
okay.
I don't
He's
know anything. As of now, the ranking of the first one that we're going to look at is number 99 in the crypto market cap. It is Wemix. It's a Wemix. Crypto market cap of $830 million. And you could see back in January of 2022, it peaked out around $24 a token. It's at 235 right now. But if we look at the market cap, you can see somehow the market cap has really exploded here. And this is the website, Wemix.com. Welcome to the ever-changing era of Web3. Wemix presents a borderless mega ecosystem offering a decentralized blockchain network driven by platforms and focused on delivering experience-based services. Okay, what are they actually doing, Trav?
right. So this is sort of based on inspiration from Josiah Dynasty's principle of decentralized government. Who is governance? Who is Josiah Dynasty? Good question. Go Google that shit. That's what we did. And so basically, this is a decentralized platform and has the type of governance that is emphasized by Joseon Dynasty. We really probably ought to dive into that a little bit more if we understood who the hell that dude is. So they have good information accessibility, lots of transparency, and it's a very community-driven, centric sort of philosophy around this because that's what Josiah Dynasty was all about. And it looks like the Wemix library serves as a comprehensive archive for technical documentation for you to look at. What does all this do? I don't know. This is one I've never heard of.
This is like a whole Korean dynasty that this was talking about. So I have no idea. I don't have my history book, but the Joseon dynasty took place in the 15th century is what we're looking at right here.
Well, look at that, Joel. It says there's explore the platforms. There's 15 official Wemix platforms.
Mhm.
There's over 60 projects built on this. So this looks to me, which I don't know, but an L1 of some sort. And it's got a huge ecosystem. They're doing lots of stuff. They just had a big burn, it looks like. So I'm not an expert in this token at all, but it definitely is a Korean project of some sort, maybe like an Korean Ethereum kind of a thing.
I see a lot of projects. I see a lot of games. I see wallets. People are definitely building on this thing. There's 60 dApps, games, DAOs, and NFTs that they have listed right now on the website. And I'm gonna dig in a little bit more here later to see if I can see which of these projects are big. Like I see this Wemix Play. So there's a lot of those. That tells me that there's a lot of gaming going on this.
And they didn't have a great white paper. This was one of the ones that you had to go try to scrounge from the developer section. So we didn't get a great white paper on that one that we found. However, they are using a deflationary tokenomics. And so they're trying to promote a long-term ecosystem growth. And so there's a lot of different projects on this thing, and the website looks amazing. It's a really nice looking website.
And it's defaulting to Korean when I go ahead and click on projects here. It looks like they've got their own wallet set up, but you can play Oil War. So, yep, and you got Korean streamers going on here as well. So, it might be a little more difficult to figure out what's going on because of language barrier. But there you go. Wemix.com is the first one. What's up next, Trevor?
Hold on. Like it says, life is game. NFT is life. English is not your life currently. It's Korean. So that's
next
good.
up, number 83, Astar. Don't be such an Astard.
I know. I'm trying not to. So now this project right here, guys, used to be Plasma. And they have rebranded from Plasma to the Astar network. Now, coincidentally, Joel, this is originally Plasma was billed as sort of the Japanese Ethereum, right? And so now they're focusing on layer 2 technology. They want to become a multi-chain dApp hub on Polkadot. And so sort of Polkadot is essentially an L0. You know, I always look at it like this: an L1 is the highway that connects the cities, right? Where all the different apps are built. You know, and that's like Ethereum. It's a highway. Things are built on it, right? They're the ERC20s and whatnot. Well, Polkadot has those parachains and they're all connected, and then an L2 is built on top of that. So this is a multi-chain smart contract platform. It does support EVM, the Ethereum virtual machines, and cross virtual machines. It's doing a lot of interesting stuff. DApp staking to be able to earn native tokens as a reward. And they're doing a lot of stuff. Their vision, Joel, is to become an open, transparent, decentralized network, and realizing Web 3.0 through smart contracts, essentially. So that's kind of what they're doing right there.
I'm clicking on their website, astar.network, ASTAR.
Why would they go from Plasma, which is a really cool name, to Astard?
Yeah, I don't know. When you guys become such astards?
I know, right?
Hey, if you're in the project and you're listening, don't get insulted. That's what we do here. At least we're talking about your project, right?
Yeah.
So people can go and check it out. There's Zero Knowledge EVM, which is the L2, and the Astar itself is the L1. They've got a full platform here for assets, dashboards, staking for dApps right here, a bridge. There's community, there's forums. So this one, I understand now why it's there and why it's built up. The market cap is almost $1 billion at the time of this recording.
And if it's Japan's leading blockchain, like Japan is a huge market, right? In very innovative sort of a place. And so, when you're looking at a type of, that's one thing that really got us excited about Neo back in the day, right? Or Ant Shares or whatever it's called.
Chinese.
Yeah, it was Chinese version of Ethereum. So this is sort of the Japanese version of that. And, cross-layer, cross-platform, cross-machine protocol. And they have this unique build-to-earn mechanism, which is empowering developers because they want to incentivize them to build on their platform. So they're doing all kinds of different things to do outreach to the community to get developers on board. And it looks like they got 500,000 communities now. They got over 50 dApps already built on this platform. So keep an eye on this. This could be something that could run as Bitcoin runs, but again, not financial advice for Lord Joel Comm.
It appears Neo is still in the top 100. Neo is the what was Ant Shares that became the Chinese version of Ethereum.
And that was one of the very first cryptos you invested in, right?
It was.
So it got you excited down the rabbit hole, baby.
It was. I'm like, oh, what is this altcoin thing that's happening here? I want to play in that one.
Let's get these shit coins rolling, baby.
Okay, so next up we have Ric Flair.
Woo! Woo! The Nature Boy.
Yeah. Which, by the way, there is a documentary now on Netflix you guys might want to check out. It's called Nature Boy, and he's a really interesting cat, far more interesting than you would even think just from knowing what you know about him. And it's kind of
great story, dude, for real. I've
watched a little heartbreaking
documentaries about him, and you know what? That dude is loved. He is beloved by sports athletes all over. And so when he comes and speaks and talks, talks to all different teams. Long live Ric Flair, baby.
So Flair, the token, not associated with Ric Flair at all. FLR is number 75 in the crypto market cap, currently a market cap of $1.1 billion. The current price point about 3.1 cents. It looks like overall it's pretty new. Because the all-time chart shows February of this year, of 2023. So it's about a year old.
Yep.
And this is one that, because it launched in 2023, it never saw the crazy highs, right? So its all-time high is about 4.5 cents. It's at 3 right now. So what can you
look at that? Hold on, though. Look at that total supply, though. 101 billion.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a weird number right there. It's like, I don't even know why that number is not
well, look at this. It says if the data is correct here on Coingecko, it says the max supply is infinite. So I'm not sure exactly how it works. What do we know about it?
That's not good. So it is an EVM blockchain, layer 1, and it is all about data. It's trying to collect and connect various types of data. And so they are focused on expanding the utility of blockchain through the data, and it's trying to democratize data access and making it a public good rather than controlled by centralized entities. There's some other projects out there trying to do something similar with the data. Somebody's going to win with this, grab all the data, and it's talking about, creating oracles to basically access this data and help out developers and to enhance development of blockchain applications for DeFi, gaming, NFTs, music, social networks, etc. All the data.
And they want people to build on it right here. It is a layer 1 EVM, and this is pointy head stuff for me. This is when it starts getting technical, because it's primarily, they're inviting developers to come build on it. So what can it do? Not exactly sure what the full scope of its abilities are, but
it is interesting, Joel. When I'm looking at this, so they have the main network, which is the Flare main network. It's the FLR token. Then they have the Songbird, which they're calling the Canary network. So that's sort of, I think it's sort of like how Polkadot has Kusama as their sort of test network, right? And so Songbird has the SGB token, and then they have some other test networks as well. So if you are a developer with a pointy head, you're probably not listening to this podcast, but it is interesting to see where they're going. This is a dual chain architecture, similar to what Polkadot has been doing. So I don't know.
Relatively new.
Parachains too, yeah.
Relatively new. It's not seeing crazy highs. It's not seeing crazy lows. There's definitely something happening here with that kind of market cap, and worthy of your exploration. If there's going to be some of these layer 1s and EVMs that just dominate, right? We're not sure which ones. There's a lot of competition that is happening right now, but when people ask me what they should invest in, I tell them I do not give financial advice. But me personally, when I look at anything that's got a market cap of more than $1 billion, I'm like, okay, there's some serious interest here, and you're going to be hard pressed to go wrong. So personally, like if I was going to take $1,000 and split it up between these 6 that we have on here today, because they're all in the top 100, I'm guessing that a year from now, the average of all of those will be up, just because in a bull market, the rising tide lifts all boats. And unless a project completely collapses, if they already have traction, odds are they're going to get more traction, at least in the short term. That's my philosophy.
Yeah, and then also I look at it sometimes and I go, "Oh man, it's already $1 billion market cap. Like, can it 10x from here, 100x from here?" So if you're a shitcoin savant and out there trying to mine the shitcoins, that's probably not, they've already hit a billy, right? But that's a totally other episode. This right here is one. These are ones that have been successful. They've already rode that marketplace or the market cap journey. Sometimes though, just like this last one we just saw, Flare. This thing, there's 101 billion tokens already out there. It's 3 cents. And if they have an unlimited amount of them, I don't even know how that necessarily works. So I would keep an eye on that.
Well, there could be a burn mechanism that's taking place along the way, that new ones are created and old ones are taken out.
Right there, scroll back up a little bit where it said trustlessly purchasing an NFT on Flare using a token of a different blockchain. So that's the video right there. So they're doing some interesting stuff along with NFTs that I'd probably take a look at. This is something that I probably would research, and we've dove into each one of these a little bit, and there's a couple of these that I really want to dive in a little bit more on, including this next one, Render, which is the 50th overall token. This is one that I keep seeing popping up on crypto AI lists, Joel. RNDR. I've seen it multiple times, but I've never really dove deeply into it. But when you start looking about what it's doing, it's actually using your GPU, and it's using that. It's sort of using your GPU and taking that extra energy and allowing, from what I understand, like creatives and people to make cool creatives with your GPU somehow. It seems like a really interesting project. Decentralized GPU rendering is what it's saying.
Yes, because it can take a lot of graphic power in order to computing power to create some of these 4K images that are so detailed. Look at this picture right here that it's showing created on the render network. That's so cool. And so you might not have a machine that is powerful enough to do that, but through decentralization using other people's GPUs, then you might have the ability to do that as well. And I would guess that means that you can probably have a node of some kind. Yeah, because GPU onboarding is
Yeah.
right here.
And you go to
So
rendernetwork.com also. This is the Render Foundation. And so what our bad crypto chat GPT version said about this, plugging it in, it is using blockchain to secure transactions, lots of use cases for artists, media companies, content creators dealing with large scale computation tasks and real-time virtual reality experiences, right? Which I think that's pretty interesting. Token-based economy. So they feature a token-based billing model where node operators earn render tokens for contributing their GPU power, just like you had suggested there, Joel.
nice. And then they could make these NFTs and post them on our favorite art-based NFT social network, the Uncut Network. In fact, I might write our Carlos over at Uncut and say, hey, look what these guys are doing. There's a bunch of artists here that
Yeah.
might want to turn some of their stuff into NFTs. They've been around since looks like mid 2020. They went and they had an early spike, but then they really took off to about $8 in January 2022, fell off like everything else did, and now it's getting close, approaching its all-time high again. So there's not been, yes, it's dramatic from $8 down to 50 cents, but
But it started at 5 cents, Joel.
yeah.
Way back in the day. Could you imagine being a hodler and going from 5 cents all the way up to $8? Like, dude, that's a hell of a ride right there, folks. Good
So
Lord.
check out
What are those
Render.
cryptos? If you find that one, let us know that one that's going to be huge down the road. That's super cheap right now.
Yeah, tell us what the future looks like, please,
You
because
could, because
we
we're
don't know.
Nostradamus over here.
Renderfoundation.com. Next one
Yeah.
is a name that I have seen pop up again and again, and really, there's been it was trending here recently, and it's probably I started hearing about it probably in January when it made a big move. It's SEI. I'm not sure if it's pronounced say or Psy. It's number 46 in the crypto market cap, sitting at 93 cents. Really, it's all time high right now. So the total market cap is $2.3 billion, accelerating the future. The fastest parallel blockchain is what they're calling it. 12,500 transactions per second, and they've done 1.2 billion transactions or more.
Yeah.
So what do we know about this?
Well, what we know about this, look at those companies that are working with it though. Coinbase, Circle, check that out. So this is a trading centric platform. It's built specifically for trading apps. And so it says it has a twin turbo consensus. And so what that means, what it says is it's a unique consensus mechanism aimed at minimizing latency and maximizing throughput. And so there you go with the parallelization strategies for doing things concurrently at the same time. Has a native order matching engine, frequent batch auctioning, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of pointy headed terms, but this is all about trading cryptos, scalable, lots of apps popping up about it. It's supposed to be very fast. And I think with AI trading modules coming out here, even in the future, this could be one that could be really big. It's already worth what, $2.5 billion market cap. This could be one of the bigger ones down the road. And it's what, how many total? 10 billion total tokens.
They're saying it's the fastest blockchain in the industry. That is something that can be actually objectively determined, right, by transaction speed. So I'm curious if that is actually a fact, because there's a lot of fast blockchains that are out there, and I'm curious if we can actually see a speed test on this up against other chains. Regardless, I think it's at a point where it's so fast that I don't know that you would notice, a difference on them, 12,500 transactions per second, 380 millisecond time to finality. That's super fast. That's like you click the button and it's done. It's sent. It's
Oof.
there, faster than you could pull up your block explorer to see.
Crazy.
Like it's
Crazy.
done.
Yeah. Now, this next one, I would say I have some of this. I saw this a couple months ago and I go, ooh, this one looks interesting. It's called Stacks.
Yeah.
And you can see it at stacks.co. What I saw, Joel, is when you look at the main website here and you pop it open, you see, oh, it's a Bitcoin L2 for Bitcoin builders. Oh my goodness. It's smart contract functionality on Bitcoin, Joel. And I was like, whoa, that looks good to me. And it also has a decentralized Bitcoin peg. So it's not just connected like the dollar. Oh, it's a dollar or Bitcoin is $52,000. Like in that peg is Bitcoin is tied to the peg of the US dollar. Well, now they're going to get to the point where they're going to have a decentralized Bitcoin peg in a unique way. And it says lots of, fast speed, high performance, versatility, secured by Bitcoin's hash power, crypto, Bitcoin NFTs, like all kinds of stuff's happening. Bitcoin DeFi,
They've got
Bitcoin
a
gaming. Wow, this is
BNS, the
yeah,
blockchain naming system.
yeah.
Also, unlike DNS, anyone can create a namespace and set its properties. Namespaces are created on a first come, first served basis, and once created, they last forever. Does that mean we need to get a badcrypto.btc?
Not a bad idea.
Before one of you guys gets it, I'm gonna look here and see if we can. I'm gonna look right now. Badcrypto.btc, available for 2 stacks for 5 years. It's available.
Nice. 2 stacks is cheap. Well, right now, one stack is $2.50. So for $5, we can register that essentially for 5 years. Now, what's interesting about this one, it has 1.818 billion tokens. Why did it not just have 2.1 billion as a nod to Bitcoin? It doesn't make that wasn't fully thought of. But dude, it's crazy. This one right here, I got it back in about 3 months ago or so, and I was looking at this thing right around $1. It was in December. I got it right about $1, and it's been going on a ride right now. Again, not financial advice. I just thought, wow, basically using the smart contract functionality of Ethereum on top of Bitcoin, like that seems to me to be something that could be good, right?
Well, and what I discovered is that if you have an Xverse wallet, which I do because that's how I've minted the ordinals that I've created, you can go in here and you can just connect that wallet. And I guess I need to get some stacks in order to capture this address. I wonder if I can buy the stacks automatically with Bitcoin.
Don't know. But we will have that acquired by the time this show goes live on probably Monday or Tuesday, whenever that is, or Sunday, whenever it does go live. So there you go. We'll let you figure that out there, Mr. Shalor Joel Comm.
Yeah. So don't take our badcrypto.btc thing.
Yeah,
you guys.
Don't be squatting on our things, you guys. It's not cool.
I'm gonna have to
stuff, not have you do that to. Why are you like this to us, you guys?
Hey, I hope you guys found that interesting. It's been a long time since we explored some of these other tokens. Sometimes in the past we've done like crypto roulette where we just spin a randomizer and end up on a token and talk about it. But we thought if they're in the top 100, odds are that they're worth at the very least exploring. And this makes me want to go look at a few of them even closer and maybe move a few dollars into them.
I like this, Joel. This is fun. I like because we're going in and we're exploring. We're not just seeing the same thing over and over again. Maybe the next time we do one of these, we do tokens between 100 and 200 or something, right? We kind of just go through and we'll go up to 300. We'll kind of we'll each pick out 2 or 3. We'll talk about them like this, have a nice little fun extra episode along the way. And hope you guys find some value in that. At least get your brain going a little bit to do a little exploring on your own, because I'm not telling you to buy any of these. I'm saying, hey, go look at these. Other people are doing these. Almost every one of these is worth over $1 billion in market cap. Like, right? It's crazy, the space. And with Bitcoin hitting 50,000 plus and onwards, the rest of these tokens are going to pop. We're going to see a time, in my estimation here, probably within the next 9 months, 10, 12 months, we're going to see probably 150, the top 150 are going to be $1 billion or more. And I will say this, Joel, by the end of December of this year, there'll be over 150 cryptos worth over $1 billion.
Oh, snap.
Geo.
Yep, it's going to be fun to watch, guys. Thanks for joining us on the ride. While you listen to this episode comes out, we will both be in unknown parts doing things that are unknown to you but known to us while we're gone. We hope that you remember to stay back.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.